Hey everyone, and welcome. There are some brands that just define luxury with a single look, a single color. And today, we're unboxing the story behind one of the biggest, the one and only Tiffany & Company. It really all comes down to this, doesn't it? That little blue box. It's so much more than just packaging. It's a promise, it's a symbol that has totally captured our imagination. It just whispers, something special is inside. But that's the big question, right? How on earth does a little fancy goods shop in New York City grow into this global powerhouse? A name you associate with royalty, with Hollywood, with pure glamour? Well, that's the incredible story we're going to get into today. And it all kicks off with the vision of one man, Charles Louis Tiffany. Now, this was a guy who was not content to just run a little shop. No, he wanted to build an empire. And trust me, he earned the nickname the King of Diamonds for a very good reason. So, the whole journey starts pretty humbly in 1837 on Broadway. But Charles Tiffany was already dreaming way beyond stationery and trinkets. By 1853, he takes full control and starts steering the ship toward pure luxury. But the real game-changing move, that comes in 1878 when he acquires the legendary Tiffany Yellow Diamond. And listen, this wasn't just buying a pretty stone. This was a loud and clear declaration of ambition to the entire world.
The sheer audacity of these purchases is just wow. For only $18,000, he snaps up one of the most famous diamonds in the world. And then he tops it. He spends what would be millions and millions today to buy up a huge chunk of the French crown jewels.
And this, right here, was his masterstroke. He was literally buying the history and the prestige of European royalty and then selling it to America's new money, the titans of the Gilded Age. He wasn't just selling them jewels, he was selling them instant legacy. An absolutely brilliant business model.
But Tiffany's genius wasn't just about snagging European treasures. No, he also tapped into this really powerful feeling of American pride, and he wove it right into the DNA of the brand. You see, as America was expanding, so was the appetite for homegrown luxury, and Tiffany leaned right into it. He started sourcing gems from all over the country, freshwater pearls, beautiful tourmalines from Maine, and get this story, those famous Montana sapphires? They were first just written off as blue pebbles by gold miners, but Tiffany's gem experts knew exactly what they were looking at, creating this uniquely American palette that patriotic customers just fell in love with.
Now, the artistic soul of the company, that would be shaped by the founder's own son, Louis Comfort Tiffany. And this guy, he wasn't a businessman at heart. He was an artist, a painter, a total visionary of the Art Nouveau movement who looked at jewelry in a completely new way.
As a painter and a famous glassmaker, Louis brought this totally fresh perspective. Just look at the bold colors and the incredible lines in this piece. For him, gemstones were like pigments on a palette. He was creating art you could wear.
His biggest inspiration by far was the natural world. So unlike the really formal, kind of rigid styles that were popular at the time, his work was flowing, it was organic. He could translate the delicate beauty of wildflowers or berries or even dragonflies into these incredible wearable sculptures.
Here is the revolutionary idea he really pushed forward. The value of a piece wasn't just about the price of the stones. No, it was about the artistic vision. He chose gems for their beauty, their color, their texture, not just their carat weight. And that commitment to artistry being the ultimate form of luxury, that's a legacy that still defines Tiffany's to this day.
So, after the tough years of the Great Depression and World War II, Tiffany & Company was really in need of a comeback. And boy, did it find one. Not just with a brilliant new designer, but on the silver screen. Seriously, has there ever been a more iconic bit of brand placement in history? This single image of Audrey Hepburn looking into that window just cemented Tiffany's in our cultural imagination forever. It was so much more than a movie scene. It was a branding masterclass that defined the company for decades.
And right around that same time, this new creative force joins the company, Jean Schlumberger. The legendary fashion editor Diana Vreeland said he saw jewels as a way to realize his dreams. He was a total fantasist, and his designs were just pure magic. Schlumberger's designs are just bursting with life and whimsy. He was so inspired by nature, especially the ocean. His creations are surreal, almost dreamlike, and they were completely irresistible to the most glamorous women of the era. We're talking everyone from Jackie Kennedy to Elizabeth Taylor. All right, so as the decades roll on, Tiffany's keeps reinventing itself. And it does that in large part thanks to two visionary women who brought their own completely unique styles to the forefront. In 1980, a new force of nature arrived, Paloma Picasso. And yes, that Picasso. She brought all of her father's artistic boldness and completely shook up the sometimes conservative world of fine jewelry.
Her designs were pure 1980s. They were big, they were bold, they were colorful, they were the absolute perfect accessory for the era of power dressing. This was jewelry designed to make a serious statement.
And then, in this beautiful contrast, came a designer with a totally different vibe, Elsa Peretti. She traded all that bold color for clean, sculptural, organic forms, and she often worked in beautiful sterling silver.
Peretti's impact was, well, it was transformative. Her more accessible designs, like the iconic bean necklace or the open heart, brought in a whole new, younger generation of customers. And the numbers just speak for themselves. By 2015, her collections made up almost 10% of the company's total sales. That is a staggering success.
Which brings us right back where we started, to that unforgettable color. And, it wasn't some modern marketing gimmick. It has deep roots in the company's history. It first showed up way back in 1845 on the cover of their Blue Book, which was actually one of the very first mail-over catalogs in the United States.
And get this is a super cool detail for any design nerds out there. The color is so exclusive that it has its own private Pantone matching system number. Pantone is the global authority on color, right? Well, Tiffany Blue is officially PMS 1837, a really clever nod to the year the company was founded.
So from a founder with incredible ambition to a series of visionary artists, Tiffany's has always understood how to reinvent itself. It really makes you think, doesn't it? In our fast-moving world, for a brand built on history, what does it truly take to become timeless, to shine even brighter with every single generation?